Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kiev Major Open Qualifiers. We've got the
5
Horde
seconds remaining.
versus BeanBoys. The Horde, of course, on the Radiant side. They are under the tag of Kai P
Reserve
just for
time.
funsies. But they are, in fact, the Horde. And we are in the grand final of the EU Major Open Qualifier. This is the Open Qualifier number 2, so there is no
Dire
second
team's
chance
turn to
after
ban.
this game. Whoever loses is not going to be making it into the closed qualifier. Meanwhile, the winner will be able to take that final spot. I'm Pitfield. Thanks for joining me for this match. And we've seen some pretty good ones over the past
seconds remaining.
couple of days in the open qualifiers through all of the
5
regions.
seconds remaining.
But it is going to come down to this for the EU boys. BeanBoys, they go with a typical start of
Reserve
Rubik
time.
and Juggernaut. And Kai P, or the Horde rather, are going to be able to get the Coddle and Sand King. Coddle has been banned out early for a lot of these teams, but BeanBoys, they're actually going to take out the OD a little bit earlier. Don't really want Excalibur to be able to play that in the mid lane. Looking at the rest of our bans here, Weaver taken out by the Horde. How Sing Sing can do well on that in the past couple of games. Definitely a strong
Radiant team's
hero.
turn to ban.
A lot of minus armor heroes being taken out with the Sword, the Temple Assassin, and the Weaver. Generally, minus armor is something that would work pretty well with a lot of core heroes. And the Horde also
10
banning
seconds
out the Invoker with their next one. So there's going to be no Cancel Invoker, one of his stronger heroes, but he's quite a good
Dire
mid
team
laner.
ban.
Maybe running out of a couple of his better heroes to pick here, though. Nyx Assassin, the next ban out by Kaipi. I guess that's pretty interesting. Is a strong presence on the map with his high
10
health
seconds
regen
remaining.
early into the game, and his high ground defense
5
is also
seconds
pretty
remaining.
good with the burrow once he gets an Aghanim Scepter. Kind of interesting
Reserve
that
time.
a Nyx gets banned out so early. I would assume that the Horde have something in mind with it, although Nyx is also pretty good against the Keeper and the Sand King, using the Spike Carapace to do damage to the Illuminate, basically making it so the Coddle can't really level that up so high in the match just because he's going to be taking so much damage whenever the Nyx
Radiant
Assassin
team's
stands
turn to
in
pick.
Illuminate with the Spike Carapace. And Sand King can also get stunned out of the Sandstorm, so he wouldn't be able to use that to avoid aggression from BeanBoys. But there's already a spin from Juggernaut, and Rubik can also get creative
10
in
seconds remaining.
stunning Sand King out of the Sandstorm as well. Alchemist, the last
5
ban out from
seconds remaining.
BeanBoys. They do not want the Horde to have access to something that would allow them
Reserve
to
time.
just wreck games if he's able to get farmed and zone out the mid laner. I would assume that this Alchemist ban is more focused on the mid lane matchup for cancel.
Dire team's turn to pick.
I'll have to see what they end up picking with that. Earth Spirit, the next pickup for the Horde, works pretty well with the Sand King, and the control is fairly good as well. Would be able to keep Juggernaut from being able to spin out of
10
fights.
seconds
And
remaining.
Magnetize also a fairly good spell, although
5
sometimes
seconds remaining.
kind of underwhelming.
Reserve time.
But it's about the damage over time and the harass that it puts onto the heroes, making it so that they really don't want to stay around the fight too long. It's just very long and kind of annoying to be under the effect of. Seeing what BeanBoys are going to be picking up next. They already have the Juggernaut and Rubik, so a pretty good combo there. Should be looking for an offlaner, but they're going to go with the
Radiant
Ogre
team's
Magi
turn to pick.
first. And Ogre can be excessively strong. Buffing up heroes with the Bloodlust. I've had a couple of jokes made in the past where once you pick up that hero, the person that plays it just goes around pressing EON people all the time.
10 seconds
May as well
remaining.
have that stuff on auto cast. But still a
5
very
seconds
strong
remaining.
hero, and BeanBoys did have it played against him in the last match.
Reserve time.
Which will bring us up to the fourth pickup here for the Horde. They have
Dire team's turn.
a lot of CC centered heroes, so they're going to pick up the Nyx with their next one. Nyx works pretty well with the Sand King and Earth Spirit, as they have the mobility to get into fights and lay down a whole lot of damage in conjunction with the Lifestealer. And they would prefer to have something,
10
say, like the
seconds
Storm
remaining.
Spirit or the Slaughter to bring the Nyx
5
in with them,
seconds remaining.
but you know, having it with the Sand King or the Earth Spirit isn't necessarily so bad.
Reserve time.
BeanBoys
10
do manage
seconds
to
remaining.
pick up an Enigma with their
Radiant
fourth
team's
pickup
turn to
here.
ban.
They're getting a little bit low on reserve time, but we'll have to see how the black hole goes. The stuns are okay from the Horde. Earth Spirit's gonna have to hit one of the rock pools or
10 seconds
kicks
remaining.
in order to stop the Enigma, or maybe they're just gonna get the burrow strike in the
5
middle of it.
seconds remaining.
But BeanBoys now do have access to something that's going to be able to take a
You're
raged
using up your
Lifestealer out of a
reserve
fight, and is going to be important for
Dire team's turn to ban.
the Horde to be able to control. Also, Enigma brings a little bit of pushing power into the fight with the Eidolons. And they already have some pretty good pushing presence with the healing word of Juggernaut to be able to get towers down after fights.
10 seconds remaining.
Tinker will be the ban out from the Horde.
Come on.
And Amiipa will
Dire
be
team's turn to pick.
taken out of this as well. Excalibur, definitely a fantastic Meepo player. So it used to be that you only saw him play Meepo or Tinker. Of course, he has a lot of heroes in his pool, but Those were really the main
Radiant
ones, and
teams
it's going to
turn
be a
to pink.
cancel Shadow Fiend, just leaving that until the end of the draft. Gives them a little bit of minus armor to work with to try to take down the Lifestealer, and should have some huge damage here, just has to make sure that he doesn't get controlled out of fights. So he's probably going to look for a BKB pretty early. But we saw some great plays with cancels Hurricane Pike in the last match. We'll see if we get more of the same here. There are lots of things for him to be able to avoid, and I'm pretty excited if we're going to be able to see more of the big cancel Shadow Fiend plays where he just Hurricane Pikes in exactly the right situation to keep himself out of trouble. That'll bring us to the last pickup here for the Horde. Something that's going to have to go against the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. So we're nearly done with this draft in game number 1. Remember, this is a best of 3. So teams need to win 2 games to get out of this one. BeanBoys have been looking really damn good in this portion of the open qualifier. Cancel's been playing absolutely fantastic, and while the Horde, they're going to try to go for something that delays the game out. It's going to be a Naga. And if we're looking at that pick in particular, they can also use the song to set things up. Sand King with a Burrow Strike Epicenter onto a few heroes if they can get it at the right moment. So they also have the cancel of Enigma's Black Hole. Just has to make sure that he gets the Naga Siren in it now. And Shadow Fiend may find it difficult to get that hero down, but that'll mean that we're ready to get into game number 1 of this best of 3. We'll see how BeanBoys manage to deal with the Naga, because I don't really see the Horde rolling over and dying so early in the match. So they should try to keep themselves in it pretty well. Have to just see how this early game goes. When you see the Enigma being picked up by BeanBoys, I believe that the Horde think that that is just a chance to get a little bit the picks, just because Enigma does require a little bit of farm to get started in the game. So you see the Enigma. You see that maybe a couple of heroes are greedy on the other side, so you can start to go a little bit greedy yourself. I'm interested to see how that affects the itemization of BeanBoys, if they decide to modify their builds a little bit in order to take advantage of the Naga Siren needing to get that farm up. But it might require them to also focus on her in the early game a little bit more. I just want to make a note, if it gets to a time where this final is pushing up against the NA qualifiers, I'm going to hop out and just go right over to NA, just because I do want to make sure I can get those done today, putting a little bit more priority on those. But we are at a pretty good time right now. It's only 2:30 p.m. and NA qualifiers start in 2.5 hours, so we have plenty of time to be able to finish this up. Taking a look at our early wards being placed out by BeanBoys. Ogre Magi is going to get the Observer at mid, and over at top, the smoke is going to get broken on Solari. Has he actually put down a word here? Aki's put one down on the high ground over here. And well, they might know that there's a ward in that area. It's a pretty standard ward spot. We'll see if they try to take it out. Rubik does have a sentry. See where he decides to put it. Aki's put the sentry ward over in the lane. Just not going to block anything out. It's almost looking like a tri-lane setup from the Horde. They might not decide to do that though. Pablo's actually going in top though.
30 seconds to
so they
battle.
could leave Gork at bottom. Just all by himself. Just waiting to see what these support rotations end up looking like. It is a bit of a weird tri-lane setup if they try to go for it. Might just be duels. I was going back towards bottom. We do make it into our game here. Again, taking a look at our starting items. Excalibur getting the poor man's shield on himself, so he's going to be finding it pretty easy to survive at mid against Cancel, who only does so much damage at the beginning, and it looks like he's going to be getting just a little bit of help from Boogie in the lane. I should be able to slow the Naga a lot, but most likely not kill her with her high survivability thanks to her shield. And at bottom, Sexy Bambo, he's only going to have to contend with the Earth Spirit and the Life Stealer. Not going to be a tri-lane setup against him. Excalibur showing that he gets the reflection early. They start to go for these illusions a little bit, and Ogre is going to be able to find a little bit of gold for it. 6 gold for him. Well worth it. Well worth his time trying to take these illusions down. Maybe trying to allow Cancel to... Cancel wants to get up to level 2 before he tries to burst him down. And yeah, he's going to give some gold over to the Shadow Fiend just for fun. I don't think he actually gets souls off of those. I guess illusions don't have souls. Excalibur starts to get a little bit low at mid, but he's definitely going to be fine here. The courier goes and delivers the... I believe that's just the Quelling Blade for Excalibur. Doing pretty well at denying creeps on the mid lane at least. At top, looks like 33 is getting a little bit deep, trying to stop this pull from happening, but here comes the telekinesis back. Ignite is going to be there as well, slowing 33 down. Sing Sing going over towards this fight, but it looks like everybody's lagging out. They're just moving so slow, but in reality, 33 is completely fine, slowing down Boogie a little bit, and Sing Sing pulled off the lane. It's not really going to mind too much. Excalibur still trying to farm at mid. Kens would like to make sure that his souls continue to go his way. Does end up popping the healing salve there to get back up to full health. Sing Sing, he is still hanging out at top. No first blood just yet. Could try to take care or take advantage of the Ruby getting a telekinesis off. 33 is over to the side. They're going to try to stop this push, and okay, telekinesis into the middle of a Blade Fury. Aki in a little bit of trouble. Can he actually deny himself? Answers no. The first blood's going to go the way of Sing Sing. Solari has been taken rather low. That should be a pop going the way of 33. He goes in with the burrow strike and is able to find that kill. Still a lot of damage out into 33, and they get the fire blast onto him. The tomato creep is going to help out as well, but it's a Sing Sing double kill. They'll get away from it. Meanwhile, we have a roll in the mid lane. Cancel in a lot of trouble. Pops the fairy fire, but he's not going to be able to stay alive. You are able to get into lane just a little bit too late with the TP, but at least he does have some access to levels now that Cancel is dead, so perhaps it was all according to plan. Orc is going to be able to farm pretty well at bottom, but it's all about getting levels to Sexy Bambo. Orc able to find some farm off of the Eidolons a little bit, and he's doing pretty well to take those. Now Sexy Bambo left with just 2. Cancel wants to get aggressive on the mid lane. He's got a couple of raises up. There's going to be the reflection used, and most of those illusions taken pretty low by the Shadow Fiend. And missed that deny. Meanwhile at top, looks like 33 is getting aggressive once again on the Boogie. Solari taken rather low. Does have the Caustic Finale on himself. He's going to pop in a little bit. Here comes the Illuminate through, and Solari is going to try to turn around. Healing Word's going to heal him up, and 33 is not going to be able to get him. Still got the Caustic Finale on him, and 33 may have gone a little bit too far for it. He's yuking around, though, going right for Solari, but he isn't going to be able to get yet another hit. So the Rubik stays alive with the help of the Healing Ward, and Bean managed to turn it around at top. Dork gonna get hit by the Malefice a little bit just to harass him out a little at bottom. It's not all that big, but here comes this open wounds into a roll. Huge amount of damage on the Sexy Bambo, and I don't really see him staying alive here at all. The damage from Gork is huge, and they go right in to kill Sexy Bambo, making sure that him trying to get the levels is starting to be a little bit fruitless at bottom. We do have that catapult getting very aggressive on the Radiant side, following them all the way to their side of the map, and really give them a little bit more farm. 33 going right for the creep camp here with the help of Coddle. They're able to take it out very quickly, and Ake did take one of those, but most of the gold goes the way of the Sand King after it. Excalibur getting harassed once again a little bit by Cancel in the mid lane, but with the poor man's shield, there's only so much that Cancel is going to be able to do. Excalibur will heal himself back up with the bottle. At bottom, all again, Sexy Bambo in some trouble. Malefice on the Pablo, but there are no TPs in here to help at all, and he wasn't able to do enough with the Eidolon blocks. Supports are still at top. I guess they don't really believe that they can help Enigma at all in this early game. maybe they could try to find a return kill, but still, Lifestealer it's definitely gonna be really difficult to try to stop when he has the rage up.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped
Aki gets back to the mid lane. He has access to a couple of levels here as Excalibur has rotated off and starts to farm inside the jungle, trying to get some of his levels up and a little bit of farm as well on the way to his arcane boots. Should be arcane boots into Radiance build. Pablo again ready with the roll. There's also going to be the Infest Bomb in right towards Sexy Bambo. They're going to get the silence and, well, triple TP coming through. Pablo takes a lot of damage from those Eidolons and Gork is not in a lot of healthy ways at all either. The Embo's going to go for it. Pops the Soul Ring and gets a Black Hole. Cancel with the TP in. Good rotation by Bean to be able to absolutely wreck Gork. And now they're looking for 33 at top. He has the Pro Strike to be able to get away. Wants to at least stun some heroes out. He's going to get the double stun on the two. They're also going to be able to get the rock through, but heroes are not taken down low enough in order to get any kind of aggression there. But bottom being pushed in very quickly. See Sexy Bambo starting to work with the Eidolons. Also Cancel doing some pretty good damage to the tower as well. Naga Siren could send in a couple of illusions. Also Gork gets into the action with his Lifestealer. Again trying to get a little bit of farm from them. So the illusions will serve to keep the lane pushed out, and Gork will keep his tower up for now. That was quite a bit of damage done to it. Shrine does get popped by the Dire side. Cancel will go back towards mid. And the only person there right now is Pablo, who really wants to get up to his level 6. I think that Cancel has a couple things to say about that. The deny is going. Got 28 souls right now. So he's got quite a bit of damage, and his first actual item is going to be Power Treads.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
In the last game, we saw some great Hurricane Pikes from Cancel. I was a little bit interested in why he was building it up so early, but it very soon became clear that he's ridiculous on being able to get Hurricane Pikes off at exactly where he needs them, and avoided so many static storms. He avoided a couple of burrow strikes with it, so I kind of hope that we get to see the Hurricane Pike early from him once again, just so that we can get to see those plays. Top lane getting pushed in once again. Gork will go forward. There's not a whole lot binding him at bottom. He's at Phase Boots and Blightstone. His damage potential is pretty high, plus he has the Infest up. Boogie has actually been scouted out here, moving around the Radiant jungle, and everything is known here. Might be going on a warding mission. They do take the bounty rune, and Enigma tries to just stay alive against Gork. Top 33 could be in some trouble. Maybe looking to get canceled, but there's complete vision here of him here, thanks to Sing Sing's Juggernaut and Viz rune. Tower's being pushed pretty hard. The supports are here as well. Lots of rotations out to mid. Can 33 stop this one? But Sing Sing, he's scouting everything out. Sing Sing actually just going right underneath the sentry ward, but Sing Sing is going to be able to just spin away from the epicenter and not take any damage from it at all. So Bean, after that Burrow Strike and Epicenter combo, they're feeling very confident about pushing in the mid lane. Illuminate will come through, taking out the nearly taking out the catapult only, but even that's going to fall apart before he even gets to do anything. And Beans, they are able to take this tier 1 tower. The Horde were not able to defend it. Gonna back up. I think showing up for that fight just for some moral support. Didn't really have to do anything at all. He is well on his way to the helm of the Dominator. Gork still hanging out at bottom. He's got some of the best farm. If we look at the net worth though, Juggernaut is at the top. He is 2-0-1 right now with quite a few last hits. He's getting involved on the map, which is allowing him to get this helm pretty early. And Cancel's next item after the Power Treads going to be the Dragon Lance for himself. More survivability, more attack range. He's looking to get pretty intense with that. Rock will go in through bottom. Pablo and Gork chasing down some Eidolons. Can push in through bottom. Steers again feeling very confident. I believe It could be a smoke here. They do have it on the Ogre Magi, not on the Rubik, but they decide not to use it. Shadow Fiend actually pushes up a little bit underneath the Observer Ward. Gork forced to rage away from the Malefice. And Illuminate again keeps the lane pushed out. It's really difficult to take bottom with the Coddle still on that lane. Shadow Fiend could be in some trouble. Excalibur has a regen rune. No net just yet though. He's at level 8 and it's the full levels into Reflection and Riptide.
They're beating on Dire's
Totally
top
not thinking
tower.
about other games at all. Sand King is still hanging out at top, and I believe this could be... No, they're not going to go for Roshan. It's just cancel. They're just going to go for a smoke at top. Look, a bit of a strange position, but they're going through the trees right now, just putting down a ward. They want to get into the lane. We'll see what kind of path they take. It's going to be an aggressive one, just going right behind the Radiant side, and we'll see what the vision looks like. Buki gets the smoke. Pablo could be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get the stun out onto the Shadow Fiend, and the roll will go away, but they're looking for 33. 33 using the Sandstorm, and they're not going to have the vision that they need to kill him. I think things started to get into the trees, but could not cut in far enough to actually find the Sand King. And I believe this will just be push at top. Put the healing ward down. Sing. It's just going to be helping to tank it up for now as the creep wave does arrive. It's still there. But while there isn't an Illuminate coming through from the Horde, they're not actually going to defend that at all. So it's going to be another tier 1 tower going the way of Beans, taking the map control very early. But the Horde, they are not a team to be trifled with here. Not going to be as easy as the last opponents for Bean. So Gork continues to farm. He's got his armlet now. Shadow Fiend has his Dragon Lance though. So we're still pretty neck and neck for farm. Looking at Excalibur, he is still 2,000 gold away from the Sacred Relic. Really wants to get that up, and that's going to be where we start to see the Horde lineup actually come online. At least to some extent. Like that, the Radiance is just kind of marker saying that, you know, the Naga is actually going to be somewhat effective now. But it's all about the levels and farm for her right at this moment. Bottom lane continues to be pressured by the Radiant side. Catch a glimpse of him through the trees. Expamba wants to push this in. The Illuminate does go on to a few heroes, taking them a little bit lower. And they'll just go right in with the Juggernaut. Here comes the Sand King looking for that initiation right onto Sexy Bamba. They'll drop the magnetism onto it as well, but here's the Black Hole onto 3. Rackling themselves also by cancel. They have so much damage, but Sing Sing still spinning in the middle of it as well. They'll take down the Lifestealer. They're looking for a little bit more. They take the tower as well as a huge team fight at bottom. Get Beans. The Horde, they are not really proving to be the masters of strategy here. They did think they had so much with the Sand King epicenter, and the Blink Dagger being picked up, but it looks like Enigma was just a little bit too tanky for them, and you see that magic resistance really coming into play for him. He picks up that talent. He's got a couple of levels here, and just a level 1 epicenter was going to be no match for him at all. Sexy Bamboo blinking over and taking the bounty rune right underneath the reaches of the Naga Siren as well. So I think I've talked about this before, how certain heroes have talents that kind of lend against certain types of playstyles. So I would say against an Ember Spirit, you would see the Sand King picking up the extra magic resistance talent, stuff like that. This one, Sexy Bamboo getting magic resistance, was the whole reason why he stayed alive for so long in that epicenter. Like, it was doing a ridiculous amount of damage to him, or it should have if he didn't have that. He was right in the middle of it. He was standing right next to the Sand King, and he just stayed alive for so long that they all kind of piled on to try to kill the Enigma, and they couldn't because he had that extra magic resistance. There's that smart, intelligent play there with the talents, knowing that he's going to need it to stay alive against the Sand King, just because they're like, you can try to avoid the epicenter initiation, but sometimes there's only so much that you can do. So a big fight at bottom for Bean. And maybe they can try to turn that into a couple of tier 2 towers. Right now Sing Sing getting a bit closer to his Manta style. He builds up the ultimate orb first. A little bit strange, but you know, if you have enough gold for it, you may as well pick it up to try to spend for that biggest component. Or most expensive. Riptide is gonna really be annoying and harassing out these creep waves. Excalibur, though, he has managed to pick up the Sacred Relic, so he doesn't want to get involved in these fights too hard. He will have the Radiant soon because of that. 33 with the Infest. Got the Light Stealer inside. Looking for anybody to try to kill, but the target isn't really there. Next Black Hole up in 35 seconds. Maybe he decides to go in at bottom. I think the Eidolons might have seen him a little bit. Meanwhile, Cancel looking for the Requiem. Yeah, he's going to be able to kill Excalibur here. Not a chance for a song either. That would have really been the only reason that Excalibur got away. So, getting the Invis rune, taking advantage of it, and already you see Shadow Fiend with an early Hurricane Pike. Now, they're going to be able to get the Infest Bomb onto Rubik inside the jungle. Gork and 33 getting over there.
His middle tower isn't going to last long.
But that's a very small consolation kill. It's very important for Bean at this stage of the game to delay the Naga Radiance as much as possible. So at the top of the net worth, we've got Cancel, who, as I said, already picked up the Hurricane Pike, and I guess the BKB is going to be next on the menu for him, working through the levels. And behind him is Juggernaut, who, as I said, was building the Manta style. I kind of doubt that he's going to be using it to counter the Earth Spirit so much. It is a counter to that Silence for sure. What's at bottom? They just dropped the Black Hole onto it. I was like, what the heck is Bambo doing there? But no, he's actually getting the kill of dropping a Black Hole on an Earth Spirit. In the early game, maybe it doesn't matter so much since your Black Hole is really not going to be needed in every single fight. So you just kind of throw it out there. Ake could be in some trouble. Slayer's going to lead the way, and he's going to be seen here. But here comes the Purge Creep. Huge damage to the Coddle, who just kind of falls over off his horse. And that's rather debilitating for an old man. Creepy old man with a flashlight to fall off his horse. I don't even feel sorry for him though. Bottom tier 2 tower in a lot of trouble. Also a push on mid for the Radiant side. But Bean, with that kill, might feel confident enough to go for the base, especially when Naga Siren hasn't yet picked up a raid. She has 300 gold off of that, but Beans might take advantage of this opportunity to try to go for the tower kill. No Black Hole available, and Sand King is ready with the Blink Burrow Strike Epicenter combo. Oh, okay. Okay. Blinding Light is going to lead Bean to be able to avoid the rock coming through. Naga Siren, I believe, is picked up a Radiance here. She's going to have it delivered up for this fight. Can they actually take down the Rax fast enough? Blinding Light comes through. Here comes the Epicenter right onto the Shadow Fiend, who is going to be taken rather low. Not going to die though, because he does have the Hurricane Pike out. Sexy Bamba just walking around, trying to tank up some of this damage for his team. They're going to roll forward right onto Sing Sing, who gets the Omnislash off. And they'll take off a couple of kills, forcing out a buyback on Earth Spirit. See if they can get back in the fight. That long-range rock is not going to hit onto anything. Swery moving forward. The rest of this team, they're kind of unsure if they want to actually do anything here. He's got the Burrow Strike and the Telekinesis. How far are they actually going to try to bait this out? Throwing out the Healing Word. Sing Sing already very low, but he's going to spin right on top of Pablo. And Swery comes from the backside with the Burrow Strike onto Sand King. He's going to fall as well. Bean, they're taking a great fight here as Cancel gets a double kill. How far are they going to go for this one though? Excalibur, not even used the song yet, is going to use it there. Now can they reinitiate it all? Like, they almost thought about it. They will send in the illusions to do some damage with the Riptide. Do it onto a lot of heroes, but actually Cancel is going to avoid it. They'll go right for Excalibur. They're actually going to take him out. He didn't back away fast enough. He sent in the illusions, but maybe he just missed-microed or something, because Excalibur, I don't know, he definitely didn't miss micro. That didn't happen. That's just not something that Excalibur does. They need some creeps. Which are going to arrive eventually. Illuminate continues to take them out. That will be the full set of Rex, or at least one Rex going the way of Beans. And okay, they are going to take the other one here. Cancel's been pretty good with his Hurricane Pike, avoiding things. Oh! Denied by Gork. I don't even think it matters, but still, it's funny to talk about. It was funny. I don't even know the mechanics on that one. Maybe it denies gold. So maybe a little bit of morale for Gork taking the racks away from Beans. Maybe it just makes him feel a little bit better, which is more than enough. Still funny to see that. Not every day that you see a racks denied. Shadow Fiend. Yeah, he's got the BKB. I was wondering why he had so little gold and was going for the Aghanim Scepter, because he's already got his BKB built up, and now Sing Sing also has a Mantis style. They can continue to go for these fights, maybe even take the Roshan. So right now, Naga has a Radiance, and we said before that, yeah, this is a stepping stone for the Horde, but it's not the end-all be-all solution for her. She definitely needs a lot more survivability, and she's going to be going for the Octane Core just to get that as fast as possible. Blinding Light can be really difficult for Bean to deal with, and I would expect to see some MKBs coming out very soon, just because you really want to stop dealing with the Blinding Light, and plus, Naga has a Radiance, so you're going to need that to ensure that she goes down. And nobody's going to be going for it. We've got some Maelstroms being built up for Juggernaut. Cancel, as I said, is going for an Aghanim Scepter. Right now, top is still being pushed in. Lifestealer on his Desolator, just trying to do a little bit more damage there. But with the pressure that Beans are feeling at mid, as the Horde will defend their tower, they'll go right for the Roshan. So they should take it out quite quickly. They're healing up with the healing ward. I wonder if anybody's actually going to be able to do anything about stealing it. Earth Spirit could think about it. At top, Sexy Bambo trying to keep this lane push out against the Radiant Solutions and the Sand King coming in. There's going to be the Illuminate there, and the Call goes in to try to steal it, but now he just puts himself in a lot of trouble. Ake looking for the plays, but wasn't quite able to do it. At least he did force out the BKB from Cancel, who was just really afraid of anybody else coming in to try to steal the Aegis. Well, the real Naga Siren is over inside the Dire jungle, but unfortunately they don't have vision of her at all, so she'll keep on sending the illusions and start to be as annoying as possible. Mid lane's getting pushed out by this illusion. Got some illusions still going over towards the mid lane. Try to keep it pushed out. And actually bottom is going to be taken by the Radiant. Now Shadow Fiend a little bit of trouble, but here comes the Black Hole. Magnetism has been used. Cancel is going to get hit on a rock, but we've got the double raise to be able to finish off that double for Cancel. He continues to find some huge kills here. And we still have the Horde getting beamed right now. Just waiting to see if the base has already been breached. So Bean could go for a shrine pretty soon. They have the Aegis on Shadow Fiend. Cancel is looking pretty good with his farm as well. He's at the top of the net worth. Enigma's also getting up there. He's got the Blink and the BKB, and it will soon be the boost of travel for him. Oh, but someone actually will be found here. Sexy Bambo around the side. What's his vision looking right? He doesn't see the Kata. Would have to go underneath the tower for that. It's at nighttime, and they're actually going to see him here. Does he actually decide to go for the Kata? He uses the Malphus to start. Midnight Pulse gets put down, but well, with the 4-staff back, Bean can't really go any further, so they'll try to work through the backdoor protection. I just hate to see this. They're working through backdoor protection. They don't have that creep wave because of the frickin' Naga pushing in top lane right now. So this game is a little bit more difficult for Get Beaned until they can find the real Naga Siren. 33 TP's out. What's the vision like? I mean, honestly, it's the time for wards from BeanBoys.
What have we here?
Excalibur gets out. They need to get wards up all over the place. They don't have that. It's going to be really difficult to actually find a Naga Siren who just sits in the jungle, throws out her illusions all the time. It's really difficult to deal with.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
We are 19-6, 24.5 minutes in. Shadow Fiend still at the top of net worth and still has the Aegis. They're just trying to focus on one lane right now with some tier 2 towers up in the others. This isn't too bad for them. Cancel is still taking care of the Naga Radiant Solutions. He actually leaves one up. They kind of need some form of True Strike. Maybe they get those MKBs up right now. Maelstrom's been finished for Juggernaut. They go and spin through the creep wave, still taking some damage from the tower. Other towers are getting a lot of damage done to them. Gork uses the infest to make sure the creep wave goes out. TPs are coming back. Enigma is here. Is he actually going to go in any further? He's the only one that's shown up to try to defend this tower. Meanwhile, Fiend are still going to have to worry about the split pushing going on and all the creep wave cutting. Even with their Aegis, they're just not really able to end this at all. And Naga Siren is very close to her Octarine core.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
It's out. Wonder if was actually going to waste the black hole for it. He'll keep pushing this in. 33 might try to turn it. Excalibur has shown up, and it's time for Sexy Bambo to get away. Blink Dagger available for 33, but they're not going to go for him. Meanwhile, Gork's still pushing in bottom. He's kind of low health. Enigma with the TP into the trees. He might actually just go right for the Lifestealer, who goes right for the tower. Black Hole can be dropped down. They're not going to let Gork get out of this one at all. Larry also here to stop Gork, and, well, uses the open wounds, but that's not going to result in anything. Meanwhile, at mid, Cancel trying to go for this tier 2 tower, making sure that if they can find the Naga Siren, they want to try to get the entire base down, but the illusions are eventually going to get over to the mid lane to stop that minion wave. Cancel just hoping that it stays there. He'll start to tank the tower to make sure that it stays up, and he will be able to get the tier 2 tower, but these illusions are still going for the base. Tier 3 tower is feeling a lot of pressure.
Were those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Beans have to be absolutely on their decision-making skills here. They can't really have any lapses. That's just what a Naga Siren does to you. It makes it so that you really can't make too many mistakes. Our net worth is about 18,000 in favor of Beans. XP is around the same. Trying to take care of these illusions. They really have to be able to find the damage that they need. Rubik does get the gold from it. And like heroes like the Naga maybe got a little bit nerfed with the changes to Manta style illusions giving gold, being less effective over the last couple of updates. 33 is going to Sandstorm and blink into the trees. He will try to blink out, and there's not going to be any vision from the BeanBoys to get him. Need to keep these lanes pushing out. Aghanim Scepter now picked up for Shadow Fiend, and it's going to be Boots of Travel next. So their way of dealing with the Naga Siren is just going to make sure that they have mobility around the map. Smoke in, Enigma picking up the Octarine core. Sing Sing still keeping the bottom lane pushed out. His next time is going to be the Mjolnir. And are they actually going to find anybody? Gork inside the jungle. What's their vision like? You don't see heroes running through the river. 33 over towards the shrine, which they don't see. Can they actually find the Naga? They found someone at top. They're gonna see the Naga at bottom. They might actually just slap onto her. They're gonna go right for it. They could definitely drop everything. Sexy Bamboo doesn't have the black hole. Where's the song? Doesn't manage to get it off. And at least Gork is gonna be able to get the tower down, but now Excalibur dead for 45 seconds without buyback. Gork uses the he's gonna get hit with the black hole again. He's not gonna get a chance to rage out of here, and he infests into the range creep. Will fall after that though, so both the Lifestealer and Naga Siren are dead. Can 33 actually do anything here? The vision here not too great for BeanBoys, and the Horde will be able to TP away after making sure that the lane stays pushed out. Right now it's just a hide and seek for the Radiant side, trying to keep these lanes pushed out and not die. So they're not going to be able to take advantage of the Naga Siren being down. She is going to respawn right now. Boogie could see 33 at mid, and he's going to be able to hit him with the Fire Blast. There's no help coming though. Pablo TPing away is not going to be able to be found by the Enigma at all. Sexy Bambo though does go over to mid, and he's going to be able to find the Sand King, who has the Throw Strike. Nope. Way too much damage from Cancel. And yeah, it's time. It is time for him to start going for the MKB. Got a lot of gold for it as well. Should be at it pretty quickly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh. Well, Cancel finding another kill onto the Coddle. He's still going down mid with no fear at all. Where's that minion wave though? They got to get creeps into it, and they're just spawning at mid. Gork trying to keep bottom pushed out. He's going to get hit by both sides. Enigma is ready. Just staying in the trees for now. They are going to find him though, and Gork doesn't have any idea of it. He's going to infest out and try to TP away. They're not going to find him. After he takes care of the entire creep wave, it was the push coming through top that betrayed it, as he does have the vision right there.
Selfish.
This game is just really difficult for BeanBoys. They have the Naga Siren always pushing in with her illusions, and she's going for a Manta style right now. Not even going to try for the boost of travel yet. Bottom's pushing in. Maybe they try to take care of 33 right now. There's going to be the telekinesis. Naga Siren illusion still doing a lot of work. The burrow strike is not going to be on the mark after he just stole it away, and the suns are still coming through. Sand King trying to get out of everything, and well, with the vision, Boogie could not get off a fire blast to keep him there. I guess he didn't have enough mana for it. Well, in any case, boys, like I keep saying, this game is really difficult for them. They're always having to contend with this Naga Siren, who finds it pretty easy to keep the lanes pushed out. And right now, BeanBoys are at the point where they can't adequately deal with the illusions. They do now have the MK beyond Shadow Fiend. He just went right for it. Cancel's sick of these things moving on the map, but it's only one hero with that. At bottom, he's chasing Gork. Oh, the vision though. He's gonna outguess himself. They pop the trees just a little bit after he gets out with the TP. He thought that Leicester went over to the side, but no, the mind games were a little bit too strong. They do kill the courier. I don't know what was on it. I think it was Naga's items though. I missed the amount of gold value that was on it as well. But I would guess that it was going for Naga Siren's Manta style. Bottom lane pushing in still. It's good to get that Rax down, but they need a lot more before they can win. Cancel is going to be able to find people. That's the song coming through. They're actually going to try to go in. Excalibur sending out the black hole. They're actually going to get the Malefice onto Naga Siren, not even needing to spend the black hole for it. BKBs just for that one. Sexy Bambo with the ballsy play there, the smart play, so smart in order to get that. And maybe they can take advantage of the Naga Siren being down once again. It's still only for 40 seconds. She's still at just level 16. So the respawns aren't that quick. But Roshan's back up. Something that Beans can go do. And Shadow Fiend wants to take the illusions down even faster. Sexy Bambo again looking for the split pushing heroes, but Sand King gets away and he's built up his Aghanim Scepter. I believe he went for the gold. No, gold is at level 20, so he doesn't have that yet. Cancel does get the Aghanim Scepter, stunned at the last second, still able to get the Aegis. And he's excessively farmed right now. Sing Sing, he's going to be picking up a Skull Basher. And Gork still pushing in bottom. Sexy Bambo, the only one to try to stop him, has the black hole available for himself. And just him showing up is going to be... Oh, Sand King could get the courier. He's going to stay away from him for now as he just splits down the entire wave. Oh my gosh. Fire Blast to hit 33, has the Burrow Strike away in 1 second. He's just going to take it for a while, and Burrow Strikes all the way to the other side of the river. They're still looking for Sand King though. The vision there. He's going to juke over to the side. They pop the trees, but they're not going to see him, and he just juked their pants off. He's going to move back to the dire side of the map, and he's also got another wave here to cut. Oh no, the Sand King does not stop, but neither does the pressure on the Gork. He's going to use the rage and starts to go to Sexy Bambo Black Hole, of course. Every single time he tries to rage out, he's not going to be able to make it. Burrow Strike comes through from the Rubik, and they are again going to kill the Wave Steer with that one. Like, eventually I would assume the Nima just gets into the Refresher, or even goes for an Abyssal Blade just to stop that stupid TP. So Enigma is at nearly 19,000 net worth. He's 4th on the board right now. Naga Siren, she's still not at her... Well, her Manta Style's on the courier, I guess, as she is now going for the boots of travel. And that illusion is continuing to push out. Okay, here comes the sleep. Ake is still being stunned up here, and he doesn't have a TP scroll to get away, so he's actually not going to be able to get out at all. Sexy Bambo chasing him down, and there's another Malefice. Should get the kill. We'll pop him. Meanwhile, inside the base, Cancel's going ham onto a tier 3 tower. The rest of his team not really there. Cancel's taking a lot of damage from this one. He is invis underneath the tower, but he's still taking a huge amount of damage from the Nagasara illusions. Has to be very careful. His regen isn't the best. That's going to be the Aegis being popped. Now, how hard do they decide to go on this one? They do have Earth Spirit ready with the stuns, but it's not really the time for them to use them. Excalibur moves up. They're not going to be able to find him, though. Blink Dagger just coming up now for the Rubik. And the Chase Beats are in a lot of trouble. They need to take care of these illusions. Here comes the Earth Spirit, but he's going to be forced to roll away, rolling very far away with that rock. Hurricane Pike used to get Cancel away from Gorgsy. Here's the epicenter, but Sexy Bambo already in the BKB, taking a lot of damage from Gorg. He doesn't even need the black hole right now. Huge damage directly in from Cancel as well. Pablo dead. That's going to be 3 down on the side. We'll make it 4 with the buyback from Sand King on the side of the Horde. They're actually going to call GG here, though. They're done with this. Please don't pick Naga. Again, they say celebratory black hole from Sexy Bambo, and that will be it. Fiend dominated the early game, taking advantage of the greedy Naga, delayed the radiance a little bit, and they had some amazing farm on both Sing Sing and Cancel. And then eventually Bambo just kept canceling the Rage TP every single time. So with that, BeanBoys are going to be up 1 games to 0 in this best